Talk to us, I guess, about adoption, because you mentioned that's another aspect of what you work on. And so tell the folks that are watching, if they're considering adoption or maybe they're in the process of it, what kind of information would you think that would be helpful for them?
If you're dealing with adoption, I always am, I think it's a good idea when people do adoption. I get a lot of those. If you are dealing with adoption, just keep in mind some of the areas of law as it relates to that. What you can do if the mother, let's just say you're dealing with a grandparent adoption, if the mother is consenting to the adoption, you can get them to sign paperwork about that, as well as the father if that's the situation. Just keep in mind when you do adoption, that means that those parents are no longer required to pay child support. At that point, you are considered to be the legal parent of the children once you do the adoption. Sometimes it can be a long process, but it just depends on some of the roadblocks that you may have to deal with. Like I said, if you have parents that are going to consent, then it makes it a little bit easier. If, for example, you have a father or a parent, you don't know where they are, the court allows you to do the adoption by publication, meaning that you can run it in the Alabama Messenger, and at that point see if anybody answers or see if you can find them to try to get them to move forward with the adoption. If not, the court will allow you to move forward just by publication.
Adrienne, we also, when we do this show, get a lot of questions about grandparents' rights. In a divorce situation, do grandparents have any rights?
No, not necessarily. Grandparent rights have changed a bit. At this point, we are dealing with visitation and things of that nature when we have a parent that may be deceased. And it is considered by the court in the best interest of the child that they remain to have a relationship with the grandparents. Let's just say that the grandparents have been the main person that have been around the child, have kept the child, and we have a parent that is deceased. The courts would then look at grandparent rights and custody and visitation of those things. But as it relates to divorce, no.
That's unfortunate in many ways.
Yeah. Okay, let's